Hey Dennis and all the Supernatural fans out there. As you're seeing in this video, the engine is finally in the car. It was a long road to get here. It's been a really tough week getting everything done up on this car. You also notice headers are all installed. Come back over here, and that's what the headers look like on the car. Master cylinder, power booster, I'm going to go into that here in just a little while. Transmission's all hooked up. Lines, the cooler lines. Power steering pump's back on. Alternator is halfway hooked up. We still got to get a new bracket for up here, the top bracket, because the stock bracket wouldn't work. On the starter, it still needs to be wired up. And the heat shield needs to be put on it. So when we're running these headers, we don't want to, fry the starters and stuff. So anyway, we're also going to put a new battery cables on. This one here is, I'm sorry guys, this is pretty much shit. So we're going to put all new cables on. That way we never have any problems and stuff. So anyway, if anybody that doesn't want to hear me do a really big cuss bitch session, this is probably where you want to turn off this video, because I'm getting ready to unload on some of these manufacturers. So if you don't want to hear me cussing, turn it off. Otherwise, keep your comments to yourself. First, we're going to start with the power booster and master cylinder. I'm going to tell you what, guys, this fucking company, this company here was MBM. These cocksuckers, I swear to God, there was not one thing on this whole fucking brake system that did not need to be altered. We thought we had everything done, and this weekend when we came in, my father said, you know what, let's just go ahead and bleed the brakes before we put the motor and stuff in. Okay, sounds like a good idea, good plan. We fucked with this son of a bitch all day yesterday. And I'm going to tell you, it was 104 degrees in this shop yesterday. It was fucking hot, and we could not get brakes to do shit. So, all day we were trying to figure out what was going on. And what was going on, it turned out that this little pissant power booster, there's a rod. It's going right into here, and it comes into this master cylinder. And then when you press on your brake pedal, it pushes this rod forward, and it pushes into this piston, and that's what allows the fluid to go to your brakes. Well, we bench bled the master cylinder, and we knew it was working. And when we got it on here, we just didn't have fluid coming out, squirting out the on our brakes. And we fucked with it, and we fucked with it. And it come to find out, the goddamn rod in this power booster was a fucking 1.25 inches too short. And yeah, there's adjustment on it, but it only came out, I don't think it even came out 1/4 inch. So last night we got online and we started looking for, like maybe this fucking the wrong goddamn power booster and master cylinder for this car. And the numbers that are on this power booster comes up for like a fucking Ford Bronco. Now, how many times have you heard me say, you might as well order parts for a 73 fucking Granada? Well, here we are, fucking Ford Bronco. But we did find some other sites that said this was the setup for a 67 Chevy Impala. Now, when you're looking at this stuff, it'll say 8-inch universal, so I'm sure this thing does fit a lot of other cars and stuff. Not bitching about that. What I'm bitching about is the sons of the bitches not fucking working like they should. So we thought we was going to have to rip this son of a bitch off. I'm going to have to call the goddamn brake company again. But my dad had a plan, and we thought about it. He thought about it last night, and we actually had some metric screws, bolts here, because the little rod that's coming out, all it is a fucking bolt, and it's metric. And my dad had some that size, however, they weren't long enough. So I went down to the hardware this morning, store this morning, and got the correct length of a bolt, and now everything works perfect. But we spent literally all fucking day with these brakes. So that was, you know, basically a ruined day. So there's something just on the brakes. I don't know if I would really recommend the MBM. I mean, they didn't send us. We'll come back over here, and I'll try to get in on this. There's those plugs right there. Well, they didn't send those the fucking first time, so I had to call them, get them to us. There they are, and they finally sent them. Then they didn't, you know, we didn't have instructions with it and stuff like that. I mean, this company, I'm sorry guys, I just wouldn't fucking go with them. I mean, yes, they will send you the shit and stuff like that, and they're really nice, but fucking time is money. And when you're on a fucking holdup, you don't want to be fucking held up, because now you're fucking dead in the water and you really can't do other shit until, you know, you get certain things done. So I would say stay away from the goddamn cocksuckers, but you know, if you like fucking misery, and I say use them. They're great for it. Headers. A lot of people are going to know how about installing the headers. This side over here, this is the right side of the car. You always, when you're sitting in the car, that's what's the right side. So passenger side's right side, not when you're standing in front of it looking at it. Because this over here, my left hand, that's really the right side of the car. Right side header went on. You could just drop it right down in there and really had no fucking problems putting that on. But we have to go to this side. And this side here, there's a trick to this, and I'm going to let everybody know this trick. The trick is, do not have your master cylinder and power booster on the firewall. Do not have your spark plugs into the heads, and do not have your dipstick or the tube going into your block. Without the dipstick tube, the spark plugs in your heads, master cylinder and power booster, without those on there, you have to come in from the bottom and pretty much kind of stand it up on in and kind of tilt her down. Kind of pain in the ass, but once those things are off, actually makes it, you know, it goes on there fairly easy. But, you know, we didn't know the trick on how to get that in there, so it took a lot of finagling, but obviously they're in, and we know the secret now, so I'm passing that on for you guys that want to work on your own cars. Don't have the master cylinder and power booster on your car. Do not have the spark plugs in your heads, and do not have your dipstick tube into the block. And you'll have to come in from the bottom, and you'll be just fine. Another thing I'm going to give you a little bit heads up on, and we just basically brain fart. Power steering pump, the back of that bolts into the motor mount, and I'm just not going to be able to get down in there and show you this stuff, but because everything's painted black and it all blends in. But anyway, install your power steering brackets prior to installing your engine and stuff. I mean, we still did it. It just took a little bit longer, and you know, it's kind of, you know, like I said, when it's 140 degrees out here, not really something you want to be crawling underneath the car and doing again and stuff. But yeah, so you basically make sure you just put your power steering pump brackets on there and stuff, and you'll be golden. So anyway, there we are for this weekend. Lots been done. Oh, over here, behind the toolbox and stuff, you'll see blue tape on the drive shaft. But all new, let me kind of come walking back here as I probably kill myself. Here we go. But all new U-joints and stuff are now installed in the drive shaft. Finally got the correct ones. And that wasn't our fault, that was the parts store's fault that gave us the wrong ones. Which is, you know, nothing special, because everything you get for this car seems like it's the wrong one. So anyway, we really did have a really productive week working on this car, considering yesterday was, you know, basically wasted trying to figure out the brake system. So anyway, there you go, Jeff. She's looking real good, starting to look like a car again. Hope you like it. If you have questions, give me a shout. If anybody else has questions on anything, you know, just give me a shout, and I'll try to answer your questions and stuff. So I mean, obviously we got some stuff, more stuff to do, but it shouldn't be that bad now. I am going to have to find some new pulleys for down here and stuff, because the pulleys that we have that came off this car, we didn't realize it until we started cleaning them up. The holes were really wallered out and stuff. So we're just going to put new pulleys on it. So anyway, there she is. The car's really jumped, you know, and things we got done this weekend. So we still have the new fenders for it, new doors. So we know obviously we got the fenders off. I'm probably going to shoot these fenders up, touch them up with some paint, make them look nice and new. These doors here where the dents and stuff, we're not even going to worry about that because we're going to put new doors on it. So anyway, stuff is done finally. We're moving along. Next weekend we'll probably do a little bit more on it. And so anyway, Jeff, there you go. And to all the Supernatural fans out there. So anyway, if you guys have anything, just drop me a line and I'll get a hold of you and we'll work everything out. I hope you enjoyed the video and talk to you later. Bye.